Good morning, everybody. It's Richard Muller here doing the G10 Currency FX Currency Cloud Chart Market Review for February. I'm going to look at the G10 currency pairs and interesting trading opportunities in and around those currency pairs. Might not cover all of them, just those with the most compelling trading opportunity. So I jump straight into the Thomson Reuters platform. And we'll start with sterling, GDP USD, certainly the most interesting one with the whole Brexit risk and things like that. We've had, what's interesting, we managed to break past the cloud chart resistance here. So sterling had a nice little rally, had a nice little MACD signal here at the bottom, and that resulted in a nice profit there. This MACD signal came in over there. So there was a good 400, just under 500-point rally in sterling. Yeah, to navigate through the cloud chart resistance here at the top end of the cloud, it then tested for support of the cloud, then rallied from that level as well. Now, interestingly enough, it ran into difficulty with old highs and resistance levels here. And if I make this shorter, you can see the old highs here came into play as key resistance zones. Okay. And then we had the reversal down. Now the potential downside target, yes, the first level of support at the top end of the cloud here should be tested for support. And then the front end of the cloud here is the next level to be tested. So 129.95, and then 129.23. These are the two key levels to watch out for in the current consolidation. So after the breakout, huge rally, then ran into all cloud chart resistance, and now pulling back to key support levels. If we look at the weekly, now the weekly, we're not out the woods yet. Price action is above the cloud on the daily, which is positive, bullish, but we're still locked in a long-term bear trend on a weekly cloud chart basis. We can see we rebounded from all the cloud chart support levels here. These lows come from these levels here. So levels of January and February last year became the support levels for this December low here. And then it rallied, and now we're very close to the bottom in cloud chart resistance, 132.57 there. And this level there is also a significant cloud chart resistance zone, 132.18. So we are struggling very close to resistance, the bottom in cloud chart, with downside risk to the daily levels at 129.95 and 129.23 for key support to be tested. Okay. Turning to the 4-hour chart, you can see here we reversed lower. We had a MACD sell at the top end of the cloud here, and then now it's looking for support. These levels here to watch out for. Oops, this is good. Watch out for this level here at the front end of the cloud, 130.22, as well as 129.95. We now know this 129.95, that support level comes from the daily front cloud level. So MACD sell above the cloud, cloud chart sell as well above the cloud. So some profit taking on the 4-hour is in order. And we can see we had a tremendous nice rally on the 4-hour chart when sterling broke through the cloud chart resistance here. Rebounded from cloud support, rebounded from cloud support, rebounded from cloud support, and from the standard line or the cloud chart baseline. So it was a steady, nice little rally on a 4-hour chart basis, but now it looks like it's consolidating this move, and we're looking at support, a test for support here at 130.22 with downside risk to 129.23, 129.95, and then 129.23. Okay. Going next to the euro. There we go. Maximize this. We can see here we're currently on the way to test for support at the turning line or the conversion line of the cloud. Front cloud gives you somewhat of an idea as to where the potential support zones are. Yeah, just highlight those. 114.28 and 114.17 is the key support zones for the euro. with a major resistance line here at the top end of the cloud here at 1515. You see it reversed lower after hitting those levels earlier. There we go, we see. So back at the bottom of the cloud, we had a nice MACD buy signal here, a nice strong rally, a consolidation period, very choppy, range bound, broke past cloud chart resistance, retested cloud support at the bottom end of the cloud, rallied, had another volatile retest of cloud bottom cloud support, rebounded further from there, broke through the top of the cloud, and then met its match with the resistance here at the top end of the cloud. So far we then had a sell signal above the cloud, went all the way back down, tried to find support at the bottom of the cloud, snapped right through, rebounded from old support lows there, and now we're back up to the above the cloud chart level, and we're very close to the old resistance areas. Yeah. Okay, so we had a MACD buy signal on this cloud chart rebound, so there was a couple of points in that trade. Okay, looking at the weekly, price action still below the cloud, so that confirms the long-term bearish outlook, with these bottom cloud chart levels as the next key targets. So this is a counter trend trade. Remember now, if you're buying below the cloud, you are buying counter trend. So I often use the MACD as a kind of a relief rally or a relief trade to the upside. But from a long-term trading perspective, net short basically, because the price action is below the cloud on a weekly basis. Looking at the 4-hour, here we can see we had a nice MACD signal here below the cloud, broke through cloud chart resistance, retested the top end, broke through that level, and then it found resistance at the old daily 115.15 level. Now it's rebounded recently from the top end cloud levels here, and watching very closely to see if those levels will hold, and particularly this standard line or the baseline of the cloud. That's a key support level to watch out for. So that level there, and then this bottom level here for potential rebound in the euro. Okay. MACD sell signal here, so you're looking for kind of a retracement trade when it comes to these key support levels. Okay. Next up is Australian USD. I'll just go to the weekly big picture. Big picture, price actions below the cloud, that confirms the long-term bearish outlook. The shorter-term trades are the relief trades. We had a nice MACD signal here. We stopped out with that volatile move. It's still struggling to advance, so to speak. You've got the bottom in the cloud as a major resistance zone. This old high here is also a major resistance zone. So the weekly chart remains bearish from an Ichimoku cloud chart perspective because the price action is below the cloud. So you can just short these rallies as it gets closer to the bottom end cloud chart support zone. The daily, nice little MACD signal here after this volatile move. A quick profit there in that move. We had a trade there. That was about 200 and something points move. And then the resistance, the bottom of the cloud chart held, it sold off and then back down to this front cloud resistance, rebounded from there, broke through cloud chart resistance at the top, and then now reversing off to 72.79. So now looking to see if it's going to be able to break past that level of resistance with these old highs as the target if that resistance holds. Front end of the cloud indicate that we are early warning signal that we do have a new uptrend starting on this one. Right, if we go to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, nice little rebound from cloud chart support here. Front cloud is a key support level, as well as these standard line and the baseline. Turning line is we need to see the price action above that line, but generally we can expect a rebound coming from this standard line or the cloud chart baseline, and that corresponds well with the front cloud support level here. So if this resistance held at 72.79, possible sell-off back down to these cloud chart support levels, and then a rebound from there. Okay. Next one, New Zealand USD. Let's start with the weekly. Right at the bottom end cloud chart resistance, we've had a nice little relief rally here from the MACD buy signal on the weekly back up to the bottom end of the cloud. You can see we expect this kind of reversal here if the resistance is too overwhelming for the price action. Within the cloud, I'm watching to see if the 69.29 resistance zone, if that's a key level to watch out for. So we could see possible reversal back down to the old cloud chart support levels here, and that's this front cloud, this level here, this whole zone here, 67.37, 67.40, 66.96. So possible downside there if the resistance holds. This is a weekly resistance, so it is quite a significant resistance zone to watch out for. Daily, now you're fighting those resistance levels here. We had a nice little rebound from cloud support here. Resistance at the top in the cloud held, sold off again, rebounded from front cloud support, and now broke past cloud chart resistance, met the 68.63 resistance target, broke past that, and we're now at 69.29, and that is a key resistance zone. It's all highs. It'll be interesting to see if we can get past that level on the New Zealand USD level. If resistance holds, we now know this price action here is very closely is the bottom end of the cloud on a weekly basis. So we could see a reversal back down to retest the 68.66 and then continue its up move. But we still have a positive MACD on the daily chart. 4 hours. Will be interesting to see if we're going to retest that resistance zone and break out from there. So watching very closely, but we've had a nice trade in the 4-hour trade here, worked out very well after rebounding from the baseline here, standard line, baseline, and then breaking through the cloud chart resistance, rebound, a rally, met old resistance, sold off, and then rebounded very closely to the bottom end standard line, and as well as the front end cloud chart resistance. Yeah, so we can see here. That front cloud resistance 68.29 is the other key area to look out for. Okay. Next up is the CAD USD. Yeah, price action. Let's start with the weekly one as well. It's better to zoom in from the top down approach. We sold off after making a higher, sold off aggressively. Now it's getting very close to top-end cloud chart support levels. That might be a potential area for a support to come in. Watch for 130.59 as well as the next level here. This front cloud at 29.31 roughly, and then the bottom of the cloud at 28.18. So these are the targets, downside targets on the weekly chart. Watching to see if it's going to test that 130. 30.08 level. Had a MACD sell on this one, so the trend currently is down on the MACD signal. Price action below the cloud on the daily, that's overall negative. We lost support at the bottom in the cloud. That rebound trade did not work out there. That rebound trade did not work out there. Well, it was a short little one, but nevertheless, you had to go short there after the rebound trade didn't work. And we're now looking at these old support levels, 108 and then 30.59, 31.08 and 30.59 as the next level of support to be tested. But currently this short is working out very well after the cloud chart resistance held there. So if we're going to go to the 4-hour chart, we can see a nice little sell signal above the cloud here, and then it sliced through the cloud. Short sell there, the standard line held as key resistance zone, and down it goes. We're now at these bottom end old support levels. It's aiming towards the top end cloud chart level. It's really, that's the downside target here is 130.59 if support fails at this level. Note the distance between the price action and the cloud. We're quite far away, so we might have a mean reversion back to the level of the standard line here. Watching closely to see if we'll get a MACD buy signal for a 4-hour retracement trade back up to the bottom end of the cloud. Okay. And then that's the main ones I wanted to cover in the G10 FX pair. The Swiss franc is not particularly exciting right now. Let's look at the NOK one here. Norwegian krona. Price action is below the cloud here. That's overall negative, so the cloud is now the new resistance zone. The lagging line is sliced into the cloud here, so we could see this drift down to the target here would be, on this one would be the bottom in cloud chart support levels. That will be the target going forward. 832.75, 72. So those are the downside targets on the Norwegian krona. And weekly, there's still a long way to go before it gets to significant support levels on the cloud. So this is the first cluster of support it needs to get through. So this remains a short for the time being. And front end cloud is the next horizontal. 82288 is the next key level to watch out for, as well as 8174.75.4. So those are the downside targets on the weekly chart. 4-hour chart still, a nice little short here since it sliced through the bottom in the cloud and did not manage to regain support above the cloud. And then it just kept on drifting lower with an accelerated sell-off here. Downtrend remained in place with the resistance at the baseline here. So short-term swing trade back there and then the continuation of the downtrend. We're now reversing back to the bottom in cloud chart resistance zone, so that's a key level to watch out for. And then the Swedish krona, let's go and have a look at that one. Just want to save this desktop before it crashes because this thing uses a lot of memory. So there we go. We at let's go to the weekly. The Swedish krona is drifting somewhat sideways. We had a MACD sell signal here above the cloud, and now it's drifting sideways with downside targets here for support at front end cloud level. Yeah, that's a significant support level there. It's looking to test now, and this level here, and then this level here. So I do expect this if support fails here at the standard line here, baseline, of the turning lines, and then we could see the bottom end, these lows here being tested, as well as that low, and then digging into the cloud at 8614. So still got a MACD sell on this one. Fighting hard to support you at the bottom end cloud or top end cloud chart level. So there's downside risk to this level here, watching out for this level here, roughly, and then this level here for the downside cloud chart levels. So watch out for those. So we've had a MACD buy down here, so take some profits off the table because this was a nice rally, and we'll see if the support holds here. It's desperately finding support at the cloud chart shadow level of what's that level there? 903.98. But watching on the weekly is a bit more negative, gives you an idea as to where the downside target on this one would be. Okay. Yes, the 4-hour chart gives a better indication what's going on. We can see there the top end cloud chart resistance remained in place. We now range bound between these two levels. So we need to see a breakout past 909.59, or we're going to retest this level 903.98 with downside targets over here at this level here, and then this major level back down here. So watching closely to see if support's going to hold at these cloud chart levels there. If it fails through, and then it'll activate these downside targets. All right, just an update of the major signals here quickly from on the Metastock platform here. Just the USD New Zealand dollar, we can see we had a bit of whiplash there with a MACD buy and sell signal. So we can see strong rally, but now we're getting to these resistance levels there. AUD, USD. We had a buy signal there, targets for these alt resistance levels here. And then the CAD, USD, Nice MACD sell there with downside targets. These all support levels will come into play there. The Euro USD, bit of a choppy section. Yeah, you can see not particularly easy to trade those sideways moving movements. We've had a MACD bar. Yeah, we'll see what the target on that one would be. Back up to the target there would be these off lows. So watching very closely to see where that's going to go. The Yen USD, MACD buy signal, but we now know it's approaching the bottom in the cloud over here. So these old resistance levels will come back into play. And I think GDP USD. Yeah, so I need to add my expert advisor on here. There we go. So we had a nice little rally on the MACD buy signal, yeah, but now we are getting close to those resistance areas. And will the GDP USD break out from this resistance zone? We can see there. And we now know the target, if that breakout takes place, the target is the bottom end of the cloud to the upside. Okay. Right, everybody. Until next time, happy trading.